To all of you who are on YouTube, thank you for joining me. It's true you can see, and I hope that you will join me to be where you are. Right now I'm just logging into Facebook so we can read the Aura by Kuthumi. It's true that you have a chance to be here with me. I hope that you will come with me on this journey. Today we're almost live on Facebook, it is true, so you can sit down and grab your brew. It's true. We will do some reading of the Aura, which is one of the 4 foundational pillars of the teachings of the Ascended Masters. It's true, this will be next. I hope you will stay. Now I'll not be singing anymore because I'm just gonna read. We're gonna read starting chapter 9, the protection of the Aura. So, I can't wait to get through the final 30 pages. So, look forward to having you join. Here we go. Chapter 9, the protection of the Aura. Beware of those who by intellectual argument or religious dogma seek to destroy your beautiful faith in the gossamer-veiled protection of the angels. By his unbelief, man has failed to realize the magnificent protection that the human aura can receive from the angelic hosts. By his lack of recognition and his lack of attunement, he has allowed himself to pass through many harrowing experiences that could have been avoided by a simple cry for assistance to those beings whom God ordained from the foundation of the world to be his swift messengers of love, wisdom, and power. Have you thought upon the love, wisdom, and power that the angels convey? May I suggest that you do it today? For over the track of your thoughts and the extension thereof into spiritual realms, over the swift and well-traveled pathways of the air, these infinite creatures of God's heart, serving so gloriously in his name and power, fly on pinions of light to do his bidding and to respond to your call. What a pity it is that some men lack the sweet simplicity of heart and mind that would allow them to speak unto the angels. By their sophistication, their worldly wise spirit, their hardness of heart, and their refusal to be trapped by the plots of heaven, they literally cut themselves off from so much joy and beauty, and their lives are barren because of it. Will you then begin today the process of initiating or intensifying your contact with the angelic hosts as a means of fortifying your aura with what amounts to the very substance of the outer corona of the flame of God's own reality directed and glowing within the auric fires of the angelic hosts? How they love to receive the invitation of mortal men who desire to align themselves with the purposes of God. And do you know these powerful beings cannot fail in their mission when they are invited by an embodied flame of light, a son of God, to come and render assistance? Once mankind understand this fact, that the angelic hosts will respond to their calls, once they understand that these emissaries of heaven are bound by cosmic law to respond to their pleas and to send assistance where it is needed, they will also realize that even Christ availed himself of the ministrations of the angels throughout his life. Standing before Pontius Pilate, he said, "Thinkest thou that I cannot now pray to my Father, and he shall presently give me more than 12 legions of angels?" The angelic hosts are the armies of God, the power, the service, the perfection, and the strength of God, flowing from the realm of immortality into immediate manifestation in the mortal domain, establishing the needed contact between God and man. Consider for a moment how the Master employed the angelic hosts not only in Jessamine, oh, sorry, I don't know that word. Not only in Jessamine, but also in his healing ministry, how he remained in constant attunement with them, acknowledging their presence in a spirit of oneness and brotherhood, esteeming them as the messengers of his Father. By startling contrast, the spurning of the angelic hosts by an ignorant humanity has caused many to fall under the negative influences of the dark powers that hover in the atmosphere, seeking to destroy mankind's peace, power, and purity. I cannot allow this series to terminate without sounding the trumpet of cosmic joy on behalf of the angelic hosts. Many of us who are now classified as saints by some of the Christian churches invoked the angels when we, as spiritual devotees, offered ourselves unto Christ in the service of humanity, knowing full well that of ourselves we could do nothing. Therefore, we looked to the assistance of the angelic hosts as God's appointed messengers. We did not expect God himself to come down into the everyday situations we encountered that required some special ministration from heaven, but we knew that he would send legions in his name with the seal of his authority and power to do his bidding. How tragic it is that some men, through the puffiness of human pride, will speak only to God directly, thereby ignoring those whom God has sent, including the ascended masters and the sons and daughters of God upon the planet, to whom is given a special ordination of conveying the message of truth unto humanity. It is so unnecessary for a distraught humanity engaged in numerous wars and commotions betwixt themselves to also launch an offensive against those who in truth defend every man's Christhood, in the name of God. To go forth with his power and in his name is a calling of considerable magnitude. May our protection abide with the brothers of the golden robe, serving at unascended levels, who in wisdom's gentle name would teach men the truth of the ages and thereby receive within their auras that celestial song that is the glory of God in the highest and the peace of God on earth to all men of good will. The message of the angels that rang out over the plains of Bethlehem at the birth of Christ has since been heard by the few in every century who have communed with the angel ministrants. Yet the light of the angels is for all. How could it be that we would so carelessly forget, as mankind have done, the service and the devotion of the angels directed from an octave of power and beauty interpenetrating your own? Will you then consider in the coming days and throughout your whole life the blessed angels, not only the mighty archangels, but also the cherubim and seraphim? For there are many who will reach up to the great archangels, such as the beloved Michael, Chamuel, and Uriel, without ever realizing that even they in their great God estate have their helpers who, in the performance of their novitiate and in their own aspirations to rise in the hierarchy of angels, will do almost any divine kindness on behalf of the children of God on earth when called upon by them to do so. All should understand then the need to make the request, for heaven does not enter the world of men unbidden, and the tiniest angel in all of heaven welcomes the love and invitation of men to be of service. The information I have given you can help you to consummate in your life the building and charging of an aura with a radiance so beautiful that as it sweeps through your consciousness, it will sweep out the ignorance of the human ego and replace it with the light of Christ. With the light of the Christ. Wherever you move, God moves, and his angels accompany him. Let your auras be charged with such purity and determination to do the will of God and to be an outpost of heaven, that if your shadow should but fall upon another whom God has made, healing, joy, beauty, purity, and an extension of divine awareness would come to him. You belong to God. Your aura The garment of God given to you was designed to intensify his love. Do not tear it. Do not carelessly force it open, but as a swaddling garment of love and light, keep it tightly wrapped around you. For one day, like the ugly duckling that turned into a swan, the aura will become the wedding garment of the Lord. Steely white light reinforced by the divine radiance that no man can touch, that literally transforms the outer man into the perfection of the presence, preserved forever intact, expanding its light and glowing as it grows with the fires of home and divine love. Decree to Archangel Michael. In the name of the beloved, mighty, victorious presence of God, I am in me, my very own beloved holy Christ selves of all mankind, beloved Archangel Michael, the entire spirit of the great white brotherhood, and the world mother, eternal elemental life, fire, water, earth, I decree. Lord Michael, I call unto thee. Wield thy sword of blue flame, and now cut me free. Blaze God power, protection, now into my world. Thy banner of faith above me unfurl. Transcendent blue lightning, now flash through my soul. I am by God's mercy made radiant and whole. Lord Michael, I call unto thee. Wield thy sword of blue flame, and now cut me free. Blaze God power, protection, now into my world. Thy banner of faith above me unfurl. Transcendent blue lightning, now flash through my soul. I am by God's mercy made radiant and whole. Lord Michael, I love thee, I do, with all thy great faith, my being imbue. Blaze God power, protection, now onto my world. Thy banner of faith above me unfurl. Transcendent blue lightning, now flash through my soul. I am by God's mercy made radiant and whole. Lord Michael, in legions of blue, come seal me, now keep me faithful and true. Blaze God power, protection, now into my world. Thy banner of faith above me unfurl. Transcendent blue lightning, now flash through my soul. I am by God's mercy made radiant and whole. I am affirmation recited 3 times. I am with thy blue flame now full charged and blessed. I am now in Michael's blue flame armor dressed. I am with thy blue flame now full charged and blessed. I am now in Michael's blue flame armor dressed. I am with thy blue flame now full charged and blessed. I am now in Michael's blue flame armor blessed. And in full faith, I consciously accept this manifest, right here and now, with full power, eternally sustained, all powerfully active, ever expanding and world enfolding until all are wholly ascended in the light and free. And in full faith, I consciously accept this manifest. And in full faith, I consciously accept this manifest. And in full faith, I consciously accept this manifest. You had to read it 3 times. It has the amplification effect of each time being more because it's the power of multiplication. I can't explain it as well as what Michael Seegers does, but if you haven't seen the Michael and Laura show in my playlist, please go check that out on YouTube if you're on Facebook. And the playlist is called The Michael and Laura Show. Michael Seegers knows so much more after 40 years of study into all of this. He can give a far better explanation. And in the next video that we do together, I will make sure that we actually cover the amplification effect as well. So oftentimes it'll say 3 times and then you read the sentence before. So when saying, in full faith, I consciously accept this manifest, it's reaffirming each time that we truly do, and we're programming it into the subconscious too. So all very relevant. So I'm just going to read that sentence again and then carry on. And in full faith, I consciously accept this manifest. And in full faith, I consciously accept this manifest. And in full faith, I consciously accept this manifest. Right here and now with full power, eternally sustained, all powerfully active, ever expanding and world enfolding until all are wholly ascended in light and free. Beloved I am. The traveling protection. Lord Michael before, Lord Michael behind, Lord Michael to the right, Lord Michael to the left, Lord Michael above, Lord Michael below, Lord Michael, wherever I go. I am his love protecting here, I am his love protecting here, I am his love protecting here. And then you give the entire decree 3 times, so I'll do it 2 more. Lord Michael before, Lord Michael behind, Lord Michael to the right, Lord Michael to the left, Lord Michael above, Lord Michael below, Lord Michael, wherever I go. I am his love protecting here, I am his love protecting here, I am his love protecting here. Lord Michael before, Lord Michael behind, Lord Michael to the right, Lord Michael to the left, Lord Michael above, Lord Michael below, Lord Michael, wherever I go. I am his love protecting here, I am his love protecting here, I am his love protecting here. Note: you can recite these decrees to invoke the protection of Archangel Michael, the Prince of the Archangels. The abbreviated traveling protection, which was the song I just did. The abbreviated traveling protection decree can be used at any time, but especially while traveling. Give this decree in full voice when you are driving your car and softly in public forms of transportation. Visualize Archangel Michael and his legions sealing you, your loved ones, and all other vehicles on land and sea and in the air in an invincible wall of blue flame. Chapter 10: The Purification of the Aura. Remember that your aura is your light. Remember that Christ said, "Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and it giveth light unto all that are in the house." Remember that he left this timeless advice as a means of inculcating into the consciousness of the race the inner formula for the proper employment of the human aura. How many men have misunderstood what the aura is and what it can do? The aura is the sum total of the emanation of individual life in its pure and impure state, often gently concealing from public view the darker side of human nature. The aura puts forth its most beautiful pearly white appearance before men, as if mindful of the words of God that have come down from antiquity. Though your sins be as scarlet, they can be as white as snow. Occasionally, the aura will momentarily turn itself inside out, and the more ugly appearance of a man's nature will come to the fore and be seen by those who are sensitive enough to perceive the human aura. This shouting from the housetops of a man's errors ought not always to be deplored, for when the gold is tried in the fire of purpose, the dross often comes to the surface to be skimmed off. Therefore, when from time to time some negative influence appears in yourself or in someone else, consider it not as a permanent blight, but as a thorn which you can break off and remove from the appearance world. The fact that the within has thrust itself to the surface is an application of the principle of redemption. And when properly understood, this purging can mean the strengthening of your aura and your life. As a part of the blotting out process in the stream of time and space, dear hearts, God, in his greater wisdom, often uses exposure to public view or to your own private view as a means of helping you to get rid of an undesirable situation. Have you ever thought of that? What a pity if you have not. Suppressing evil or driving it deep within, tucking it away as though you would thereby get rid of it, does not really do the trick. For all things ought to go to God for judgment, willingly, gladly, and freely. Men ought not to remain burdened by the inward sense of guilt or non-fulfillment that the suppression of truth often brings. For the cleansing of the human aura of these desirable conditions need not be a lengthy process. Just the humble, childlike acknowledgement that you have made an error and the sincere attempt to correct it will do much to purify your aura. God does not angrily impute to man that which he has already done unto himself through the misuse of free will. For man metes out his own punishment by denying himself access to the grace of God through his infringement of the law. Therefore, the gentle drops of mercy and of God's kindness to man are offered as the cleansing agent of his own self-condemnation. They are like a heavenly rain, refreshing and cool, that is not denied to any. Fill your consciousness, then, with God delight and observe how the purification of the aura brings joy unto the angels. Have you never read the words of the Master, joy shall be in heaven over one sinner that repenteth, more than over 99 just persons, which need no repentance. Oh, what a wonderful world will manifest for humanity when the power of God literally rolls through the heart and being of man untrammeled, flooding the planet with light. Yes, a great deal of instruction will still be needed, for there are so many things that we would reveal, not even dreamed of by the masses. And there is so much ongoingness in the Spirit of the Lord that my enthusiasm knows no bounds. Yet mankind should understand that until they have prepared themselves for the great wedding feast to which they have been bidden, they cannot fully know the meaning of the ongoingness of life. For the dark dye of human sorrow and degeneration. For the dark dye of human sorrow and degradation creates such a pull upon the consciousness that it is difficult for man to recognize the bridegroom in his God self. There is, in fact, a footnote that I'm going to. We're on chapter 10. That's not the end. Oh, well. So it was just for, yet mankind should understand that until they have prepared themselves for the great wedding feast to which they have been bidden, which is from Matthew 22, 1-14. They cannot fully know the meaning of the ongoingness of life. Alas, man, although heavenly by nature, has through the misuse of free will decreased the natural, God-given vibratory rate of his atoms to such a low point that even the body temple must be broken again and again in order to arrest the cycles of the sense of sin. This breaking of the clay vessel affords him the opportunity to catch glimpses of reality, which he would never do unless he had first attained self-mastery, if his life were to continue indefinitely in one physical body. How deep and how lovely are the mercies of God, how carefully he has provided for the gift of free will to man, so that through the making of right choices, man can find his way to the throne of grace, and there receive the affirmation of his own God-given dominion. Thou art my son, this day I have begotten thee. Oh, I missed the number 6, which the footnote for the above paragraph. The Master is speaking of the death process, given to man as an act of mercy that he might have a reprieve from the vanity of this world and partake of the light and wisdom of higher realms between embodiments. Moreover, the forfeiting at birth of the memory of previous lives enables the hope of heavenly spheres to replace the seemingly endless records of mortal involvement. And then, thou art my son, this day I have begotten thee, comes from the Bible, Psalms 2:7, Acts 13:33, and Hebrews 1:5 and 5:5. So, I am also reminded of the many devoted souls who through the ages have suffered the condemnation of their fellow men as the result of the misunderstanding of their devotion to purpose. Like Joan of Arc and others who revealed a fiery determination for heaven to manifest upon earth, these great spirits have received little welcome from their peers and little understanding of their mission. The witches that were burned on stakes also, many of them were those. Oh dear. What a world we live in. Such a beautiful thing. All right. Let us hope together for the world that through the spreading abroad of the balm of Gilead and the mercy of God as an unguent of healing, mankind will become unflinching in their devotion to cosmic purpose, even as we intensify our love through the student body. Tearing down many altars you may have erected in the past to the false gods of human pride and ambition, and surrendering your momentums of failure to apprehend your reason for being, you will turn now with your whole heart to the development of the most magnificent focus of light right within your own aura. Oh, I know something about the angstrom units, about the vibratory rate of the aura, about its impingement upon the retina of the eye and the interpolation of auras. I know about the subtle shadings that indicate gradations of tone in the thoughts and feelings of the individual which vacillate as a spunky wind or a frisky colt that has never been ridden. But how much better is it but how much better it is when, rather than label these as typical of the life pattern of another, men see at last the original image of divine perfection, which God Himself has placed within the human aura. For in most for in most people, some light can be perceived as a point of beginning, as a vortex around which greater light can be magnetized. How much better it truly is when men hold the immaculate concept for one and all and concern themselves not with the probing of the aura, but with the amplification of all that is good and true about the real man. I do not say that advanced disciples should not use methods of discrimination. I do not say that advanced disciples should not use methods of discrimination to discern what is acting in the world of another at a given moment, or that the soul does not use these methods to give warning and assistance to other life streams. Nevertheless, those who are able to discern the face of God in the face of man can retain the perfect image and assist the cosmic plan, even while correctly assessing the present development of a life stream. To hold faith in the purposes of God for another until that one is able to hold it for himself is to ally one's energies with the omnipotence of truth, which intensifies both auras in the richness of cosmic grace, even as it intensifies the aura of the whole planet. I want to bring to every student the realization that just as there is a flame of God in the individual aura, so there is the flame of God in the aura of the planetary body. Every act of faith you perform adds to the conflagration of the sacred fire upon the planet, just as every act of desecration tears down the great cosmic fortifications so gently and carefully builded by angelic hands who join with men and masters in service to life. Let all understand the building of the cosmic temple within the microcosm and the macrocosm. The cosmic temple of the aura is an enduring edifice of the sacred fire. The cosmic temple of the world is made up of many auras dedicated to the indwelling spirit of the Lord. Illumined thoughts and illumined feelings will enable individual man and humanity, striving together as one body, to cast into the discard pile those thoughts and feelings and actions not worthy to become a part of the superstructure of. Illumined thoughts and illumined feelings will enable individual man and humanity, striving together as one body, to cast into the discard pile those thoughts and feelings and actions not worthy to become a part of the superstructure of the temple of being. Oh, be selective. Oh, be perfective in all your doings. For someone is assigned to watch and wait with you until the moment comes when you can watch and wait with others. Just as the buddy system is used between soldiers in battle and between law enforcement officers keeping the peace in your great cities, so there are cosmic beings, guardian angels, and lovely nature spirits of God's heart who watch over thee to keep thy way in peace and security, unmoved by mortal doings. For immortality shall swallow up mortality as death is swallowed up in victory, and light shall prevail upon the planet. The strengthening of the aura is a step in the right direction. Let none hesitate a moment to take it. Devotedly and firmly I remain wedded to the precepts of the brotherhood. Thou mercy flame is another decree. Mercy is the grace of love, forgiveness from above. Beauteous star, fire, might, falling rain of light. Mighty God caress, freedom from distress. Touching mind and heart with love's divinest part, frees the soul from blindness, opes the mind to purest kindness. Glorious light enfold all now in heaven's greenest bow. Joy of nature's band, God's extended hand, living flame most holy, answers now the lowly. No difference does he make, all his children who will take his offered cup of love perceive his comfort dove. No darkness in his motive, but only light and love. Behold the flaming votive, we share one common light. Kuthumi, the author of the aura, the human aura. So this is 2 books in one. But we are not going to get to the second, and we only have about 15 more pages to go tonight. Chapter 11, The Star of the Aura. The garment of God is the most transcendent man can ever wear. It represents the highest echelon of life, the development not only of the love nature of God and of the wisdom of God, but also of the element of power. This so many seek without willing first to make the necessary preparation in the refinements of love and holy wisdom in manifestation within the soul. How easy it is for individuals to accept primitive as well as intellectual ideas that rationalize the thrust of ego upon ego, without ever analyzing the attitude and the aura of the masses who are saturated with the concept of oneness as the blending of human personalities. The oneness men should seek to understand and manifest is that of the individuality of God reflected in man. Oneness in spirit is ever consecration in the gloria in excelsis. Excelsis. Excelsius? Oneness in spirit is ever consecration in the gloria in excelsis Deo, the glory to God in the highest. Through the linking together of the great and the trivial in human consciousness, mankind defeat evermore the manifestation of true spiritual transcendence. The ongoingness of the nature of God as it manifests in man is a study in individual development. As one star differs from another star in glory, so by the process of linking together the mediocrity of man and the sublimity of God, the latter is compromised beyond recognition. But only in the human consciousness does the ridiculous detract from the sublime. By the splitting of divine images and by the subtle process of image distortion resulting in the redistribution of the soul's energies according to astral patterns which nullify the original spiritual design, man begins to feel that the magnificence of cosmic ideas is in reality too far from him, and the gulf between the human and the divine is too great. Thus his consciousness remains in the doldrums of mortal experience. Wise is the Chela who guards against this invasion of the heart and wise is the Chela who guards against this invasion of the mind and heart, who recognizes those negative subtleties that seek to stealthily enter the aura and turn it from its natural brightness to darkening shadows of gray and sober hue. The strengthening of the bonds of the aura with light and virtue will enable the soul to leap as a young deer across huge chasms of erroneous ideas separating man from God, when once the esteem of the immaculate concept is given preeminence in his consciousness. To involve oneself in the distractions of the world and to love the things of the world, being consumed by them, deprive one of the magnificent occupation of seeking to become one with God, a cosmic occupation of permanent reality. That has the Star of the Aura. It's just a biblical reference that came from 1 John 2:15. There may be a time to plant, to water, to love, and to die. I can't even say Ecclesiasticals. I could have done some biblical study. It just says ECCLES 3:1-8. So I'll have to ask my mom how to pronounce that, or just look into the Bible myself. But I'm growing and learning, and not perfect, but reading what I feel needs to be shared, and this, as one of the 4 pillars of the teachings of the Ascended Masters, is very key. So, there may be a time to plant, to water, to love, and to die, but we are concerned with the abundant life, which is nowhere more abundant than it is in the magnetic shower of cosmic Christ power that pours forth to the individual from the heart of his own God identity when he fixes his attention upon the presence and understands that herein is his real, eternal, immortal, and permanent life. As long as he, like a potted plant, sits in the limited circle of his own individuality, he remains tethered to its ranges. But once he allows the power and the pressure of the divine radiance to descend from the heart of his God presence, he becomes at last the recipient of immortal life in all of its abundance and unlimited outreach. The illusion of the self must remain an illusion until the self is surrendered. Therefore, men ready and willing to be delivered from the bondage of a self-centered existence into the infinite capacities of the God self must surrender unconditionally to the divine ego. Then there is not even a sense of loss, but only of gain, which the soul perceives as cosmic worth as he increases his ability to develop in the aura the consciousness of the absolute penetration of the absolute. And that's a little absolute penetration of the big absolute. Physically, the very atoms of man become drenched with a shower of cosmic wave intensity, the drinking of the elixir of life, the magic potion by which a man is transformed. In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, the trump of true being sounds. This is God, and no other will do. The carnal mind cannot remain in command of the affairs of such a one. A Christ is born, a nova upon the horizon, one willing to follow in the footsteps of cosmic regeneration. Thus the purity and power of the present strike a new note, and old things truly pass away as all things become new. The domain of destiny is all around us. As man evolves, so cosmic beings evolve, wheels within wheels, leading to the great hub of life and to the reality of spiritual contact as the antikarana is spun, perceived, and absorbed. How beautiful is contact with hierarchy, with the hand of those brothers of light whose garments are robes of light, whose consciousness reflecting the anticipation of spiritual progress is joyously attuned to those God delights that remove from the mind of man the sense of the comparable and the incomparable. The world of comparison diminishes, the world of God appears. The aura is drenched with it. No sacrifice too great, no morsel too small to be ignored, no grasp too significant not to find its own integral pattern of usefulness. No grasp too significant not to find its own integral pattern of usefulness. And so the domain of the human aura is lost in a sea of light in the greater aura of God. That windows of heaven open upon the world of the individual, and the showers of light energy resound as an angelic choir singing of the fire of worlds without end. The anvil of the present is the seat of malleability. All things less than the perfection of the mind of God mold themselves according to progressive reality, plasticity, the domain of sweetness, the chalice of new hope to generations yet unborn. The historical stream, muddied no longer, appears as the crystal flowing river from which the waters of life may be drunk freely. The monad makes its biggest splash as it emerges from the chrysalis of becoming to the truth of living being as God intended. Sensing the human aura as a star, man gains his victory as he sees the universe flooded with stars of varying intensity. By comparison, his own auric light glows more brightly. For the fires of competition fan the flame of aspiration. But all at once he staggers with the realization that he is in competition with no one, for the incomparable mystery of his own exquisite being is revealed at last. Questioning and doubts as to the purpose of life no longer engage his mind, for all answers are born in the ritual of becoming. The fascination of truth envelops him, and he weans himself from the old and familiar concepts that have stifled the glow of perpetual hope within his soul. He is concerned now that others shall also share in this great energy source of reality flowing forth from on high. Naught Naught can transpire with his consent that God does not will, for the will of God and the will of man are become one. When each man consents to this victory, the struggle lessens and then is no more. For faith in the fatherhood of God reconciles man through Christ to the fountainhead of their eternal purpose. The glow of a new hope infusing all lends direction to the expansion of the auric light. The force field is magnified, and in the magnification thereof, the star of the man who has become one with God shines on the plains of pure being as the angels rejoice. A new life is born, one for whom the expectancy of life will continue forever. For in the endlessness of cycles, the aura, as a glowing white fireball, a summer radiance of the fruit of purpose, continues to magnify itself in all that it does. God is glorified in the auric stream. We shall soon conclude our dissertation on the human aura, the richest blessings of our brotherhood be upon all. Meditation on self. I am no blight of fantasy, clear-seeing vision of the Holy Spirit being. Exalt my will, desireless desire, fanning, flame-inspired fire, glow. I will be the wonder of thyself, to know, as only budding rose presumes to be. I see new hope in bright tomorrow. Here today, no sorrow lingers. I am free. O glorious destiny, thy star appears. The soul casts out all fears and yearns to drink the nectar of new hope. All firmness wakes within the soul. I am becoming one with thee. Chapter 12. The crystal flowing stream of the aura. The aura is a crystal flowing stream that issues from the heart of God. No negotiation is here, only an indomitable fountain continually pouring forth a steadfast stream of magnificent, gloriously qualified substance, the substance of life itself. As a little child presents his first freshly picked bouquet of flowers to his mother, so the innocence of the child mind tunes in with this crystal flowing stream of God's consciousness, infusing the natural aura of God in man with the life that beats his heart. O children of the day, the night should not be given preeminence. Your energy should become qualified by the eternal flow of hope that, if you will it, can enlarge its own opening into the fountain of your mind and heart, into the fountain of God's own mind and heart. Your mind must become the mind of God. The desire of your heart must become the desire of the Holy Spirit, flowing assistance to those awaiting the loving hand of perfection in their lives. May I tell you that when you come into contact with the dark and sullen auras of those who have misqualified the bulk of their energy throughout their lives, you ought to recognize that in reality these are not happy individuals. They may laugh, they may dance, they may sing and make merry, they may wail and utter lamentations, they may run the gamut of human emotion, but they shall not prevail. For the law inexorably returns to each one exactly that which he sends out. The way of perfection is the natural way of the aura, but almost as a mania, individuals seldom fail to misqualify the energies of their lives, bringing their very nerves into a taut state. They become like a tightened spring of energy wound in erratic layers, and they refuse the stabilizing influences of the Christ mind and the divine heart. Having no other energy, they are compelled to use this which they have unlocked in the coil of their mental and emotional incongruities. They have locked in the coil of their mental and emotional incongruities. Thus, through psychic imbalance, the spring is sprung, and the impure substance of the aura pours forth in a putrid stream. All of the delicate refinements of the soul and the natural culture and grace of the Holy Spirit are spilled upon the ground, and the kingdom of heaven is denied the opportunity to function through the individual auric pattern. To say that they suffer is an understatement, for through their own denial of the hope of Christ, they are punished by their sins, not for them. The light of God that never fails continues to flow into their hearts, but it remains unperceived and unused. For instead of flowing into vessels of virtue, those pure forms and noble ideas that retain the light of God in man, it is automatically channeled into the old and crusty matrices formed in the earlier years through ego involvement and contact with the forces of Antichrist that permeate society. These patterns sully the descending light as the dark clouds that filter the sunlight of being and preclude the spiritual advancement of the soul. Yet in moments of naked truth, men and women admit their inner need, and their hearts and minds cry out for the preservation of the immortal soul within them. They fear the response of heaven, and failing to recognize the all pervading love of the Spirit, they watch helplessly as the soul, little by little, loses hold upon the steadily outpouring energies of life. For each misqualification brands them with the fruit of retribution. While for a time it seems that those who dwell in error escape the wrongs they have inflicted upon others, let me remind you that life will make her adjustments, and none shall escape the responsibility for their actions. As he whose voice was of one crying in the wilderness said, "His fan is in his hand, and he will thoroughly purge his floor, and will gather the wheat into his garner, but the chaff he will burn with fire unquenchable." We are not concerned with matters of crime and punishment, but with the joy and courage that are born in the soul through the crucible of experience. The courage to be the manifestation of God, the courage to walk in the Master's footsteps, to feel the surge of his hope wherever you are, and to know that even though you walk in the valley of the shadow, you will not fear because his light is surging through you. Beware the sin of complacency and of passing judgment upon the lives of others. Before allowing your thoughts and feelings to crystallize around a given concept, ask yourself this question: is the evidence indeed conclusive, and do you possess absolute knowledge concerning the motive of the heart and karmic circumstances surrounding other lives? If so, are you able to weigh these factors better than heaven itself? Wisely did the Master speak when he said, "Judge not, that ye not be judged. Judge not, that ye be not judged." Therefore, point by point, let the Holy Spirit remold the vessels of thought and feeling that hinder your flight, and let the fruit of the crystal flowing stream, the fountainhead of life, be perceived for the diadem that it is, a crowning radiance that bursts around your head. Then the emanation of the Spirit most holy shall take dominion over all outer circumstances, and, like the branches of a willow, trail upon the ground of consciousness by the still waters of the soul. The Lord comes down to the meek and lowly. His peace none can deny. His light that glows most brightly is a fire in the sky. The children hear him coming, his footsteps very near. They wait his every mandate, his word be of good cheer. They feel a joy in knowing that deep within their hearts there is a glimmer showing, enabling all to start. Release from all earth's bondage, each weight and every care. Open sesame to being, helping all to know and share. The Lord is in his heaven, so childlike in his love. So childlike is his love. The Christ, the heavenly leaven, raises each one like a dove. I'm going to read that one again. The Lord is in his heaven, so childlike in his love. The Christ, the heavenly leaven, raises each one like a dove. His face in radiant light waves is pulsing ever new. Freedom from past error he brings now to the few. But many are the sheep, his voice each one may hear. This is his very message, wiping away each tear. Oh, see him in the burdened, the hearts o'erturned with grief, the lips that mutter murmurs, the tongues that never cease. For social clamors babble, their judgments utter bold, a child of light untrammeled, a soul made of pure gold. Each moment like a rainbow, the presence ever near, caresses in the darkness, bids all be of good cheer. Oh, take then life's great banner, I am God presence true, and hold me for the battle, a victor ever new. For life's own goalposts show me the way I ought to go. My hand is thine forever, enfold me with thy glow. May all be reminded each day as they utter the words of Jesus, Our Father which art in heaven. And we can read the whole, we'll read the whole one, which is actually slightly different from the one that is shared in churches. So I'll read that right after, but may all be reminded each day as they utter the words of Jesus, Our Father which art in heaven, or any prayer, any call to God, that the aura is the Father's light, and that his Son has said to all, Let your light so shine before man. Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. That was from Matthew 5:16. May the sweet concepts of the living Christ, recalling a lost youth and the era of holy innocence, remind you of life's noble opportunities to be the grace and sweetness that you expect others to be. Then, regardless of what men do unto you, you will know that what you do unto them is a part of the age to be, of a mastery to become, of an adeptship now aborning. Through night and day, through time and space, through life and death, you shall remain undismayed as the outpost of delight that melts away the darkness now gathering o'er the land. Thus shall the world's tears be wiped away as the mantle of God covers the earth. Everywhere through the night, let the shafts of light right where you are pierce the gloom of the world by the good cheer of the Master. We, the brothers of our retreat, together with each master, each angel, and each aberrant of the sacred fire of the living God from their place in cosmos, beam our love to you wherever you are. We shall never forsake those who do not forsake the light of their own God presence. Eternal devotion. Kuthumi. I am assuming. It just says KH as the initials. And the Lord's Prayer by Jesus Christ. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. I am. I am, thy kingdom come. I am, thy will be done. I am on earth even as I am in heaven. I am giving this day daily bread to all. I am forgiving all life this day even as I am also all life forgiving me. I am leading all men away from temptation. I am delivering all men from every evil condition. I am the kingdom. I am the power. And I am the glory of God in eternal, immortal manifestation. All this I am, as are you. Woohoo! The end! As are you is not part of the poem, but it rhymed, and I like that. So we have gotten to book 2 of the Human Aura, which we will pick up after we have read through books 1 and 2 of Formulas for Self-Transformation by Saint Germain on the topic of alchemy, which we are, it is true. I hope that you will come with me on retreats in the night when we do not know where we go, it's true. And so I say to you that we are sacred travelers, and we have an oracle card I'm drawing for you. Ooh, are here right now, and to tune in at the bottom. At the bottom, we have infinite abundance. Always look at the foundation. I always say this is the foundation card, and that is to say abundance is pouring into your life, which is fun because you also have cards that came out in 2 piles. This one, Breaking Trail. A breakthrough is at hand. These ones, Begin now. Take your first step in order to break the trail. Choose your path, for all is possible. And protected by angels. You are cherished by the angels. How befitting that that be part of tonight, given what we were talking about. So, answering the call. The time is now. My friends, we must walk through that gate. We must actually step into who and whose we truly are. So thank you tonight for tuning in. If it is not tonight that you are watching this, but later on, understand that we are all wandering the path and we must enjoy the journey in order for us to understand its worth. And we must trust there is a divine plan, even when we feel as if we are in a desert passage of in between worlds, no longer things being as they were and yet not yet as they will be. And so we must then just trust. And that said, I would like to turn this into a decreeing section after. I'm just going to do it for 15 minutes, so until about 10 after 8, and we're going to read, if you have the Heart, Head, and Hand Decrees booklet by Elizabeth Clare Prophet, then would love for you to be able to participate in this with me. I only do this because I have been needing to do my decrees more faithfully, and I am working on purifying my aura. And so I want to be able to help you do that too. What I'm realizing is that it's possible. Oh, I was going to say I'll share the words on the screen, but that would only work on Facebook, since that's where I'm streaming the Zoom meeting. So I'm just going to read. If you want to join in, we're going to just go through. We could do a little screenshot of the words. This is where you'll be able to read with me, and we will sing these out because it's the best way for us to clear our aura. And these are the violet fire, violet flame, heart chakra decrees. So we'll go heart, head, hand, and we do them 3 times each. So violet fire, thou love divine, blaze within this heart of mine. Thou art mercy forever true, keep me always in tune with you. Violet fire, thou love divine, blaze within this heart of mine. Thou art mercy forever true, keep me always in tune with you. Violet fire, thou love divine, blaze within this heart of mine. Thou art mercy forever true, keep me always in tune with you. I am light, thou Christ in me, set my mind forever free. Violet fire forever shine, deep within this mind of mine. God who gives my daily bread, with violet fire fill my head, till thy radiance heaven-like makes my mind a mind of light. I am light, thou Christ in me, set my mind forever free. Violet fire forever shine, deep within this mind of mine. God who gives my daily bread, with violet fire fill my head, till thy radiance heaven-like makes my mind a mind of light. I am light, thou Christ in me, set my mind forever free. Violet fire forever shine, deep within this mind of mine. God who gives my daily bread, with violet fire fill my head, till thy radiance heaven-like makes my mind a mind of light. I am the hand of God in action, gaining victory every day. My pure soul's great satisfaction is to walk the middle way. I am the hand of God in action, gaining victory every day. My pure soul's great satisfaction is to walk the middle way. I am the hand of God in action, gaining victory every day. My pure soul's great satisfaction is to walk the middle way. Beloved, I am presence bright, round me seal your tube of light. From ascended master flame, called forth now in God's own name, let it keep my temple free from all discord sent to me. I am calling forth violet fire to blaze and transmute all desire, keeping on in freedom's name till I am one with the violet flame. Beloved, I am presence bright, around me seal your tube of light. From ascended master flame, called forth now in God's own name, let it keep my temple free from all discord sent to me. I am calling forth violet fire to blaze and transmute all desire, keeping on in freedom's name till I am one with the violet flame. Beloved, I am presence bright, round me seal your tube of light. From ascended master flame, called forth now in God's own name, let it keep my temple free from all discord sent to me. I am calling forth violet fire to blaze and transmute all desire, keeping on in freedom's name till I am one with the violet flame. I am forgiveness acting here, casting out all doubt and fear, setting men forever free with wings of cosmic victory. I am calling in full power for forgiveness every hour, to all life in every place I fled forth forgiving grace. I am forgiveness acting here, casting out all doubt and fear, setting men forever free with wings of cosmic victory. I am calling in full power for forgiveness every hour, to all life in every place I fled forth forgiving grace. I am forgiveness acting here, casting out all doubt and fear, setting men forever free with wings of cosmic victory. I am calling in full power for forgiveness every hour, to all life in every place I fled forth forgiving grace. I am free from fear and doubt, casting want and misery out, knowing now all good supply ever comes from realms on high. I am the hand of God's own fortune, flooding forth the treasures of light, now receiving full abundance to supply each need of life. I am free from fear and doubt, casting want and misery out, knowing now all good supply ever comes from realms on high. I am the hand of God's own fortune, flooding forth the treasures of light, now receiving full abundance to supply each need of life. I am free from fear and doubt, casting want and misery out, knowing now all good supply ever comes from realms on high. I am the hand of God's own fortune, flooding forth the treasures of light, now receiving full abundance to supply each need of life. I am life of God, direction, blaze thy light of truth in me, focus here all God's perfection from all discord sent to me, set me free. I am life of God, direction, blaze thy light of truth in me, focus here all God's perfection from all discord set me free, make and keep me anchored ever in the justice of thy plan. I am the presence of perfection, living the life of God and man. I am life of God, direction, blaze thy light of truth in me, focus here all God's perfection from all discord set me free, make and keep me anchored ever in the justice of thy plan. I am the presence of perfection, living the life of God and man. I am life of God, direction, blaze thy light of truth in me, focus here all God's perfection from all discord sent to me, set me free, make and keep me anchored ever in the justice of thy plan. I am the presence of perfection, living the life of God and man. I am changing all my garments, old ones for the bright new day, with the sun of understanding I am shining all the way. I am light within, without, I am light is all about, fill me, free me, glorify me, seal me, heal me, purify me, until transfigured they describe me. I am shining like the sun, I am shining like the sun. I am changing all my garments, old ones for the bright new day, with the sun of understanding I am shining all the way. I am light within, without, I am light is all about, fill me, free me, glorify me, seal me, heal me, purify me, until transfigured they describe me. I am shining like the sun, I am shining like the sun. I am changing all my garments, old ones for the bright new day, with the sun of understanding I am shining all the way. I am light within, without, I am light what's all about, fill me, free me, glorify me, seal me, heal me, purify me, until transfigured they describe me. I am shining like the sun, I am shining like the sun. I am the flame of resurrection, blazing God's pure light through me. Now I'm raising every atom, from every shadow I am free. I am the light of God's full presence, I am living ever free. Now the flame of life eternal rises up to victory. I am the flame of resurrection, blazing God's through light through me, blazing God's pure light through me. Now I'm raising every atom, from every shadow I am free. I am the light of God's full presence, I am living ever free. Now the flame of life eternal rises up to victory. I am the flame of resurrection, blazing God's pure light through me. Now I'm raising every atom, from every shadow I am free. I am the light of God's full presence, I am living ever free. Now the flame of life eternal rises up to victory. Can't really even see. I'll read the last one. I am ascension light, victory flowing free, all of good won at last for all eternity. I am light, all weights are gone, into the air I raise. To all I pour with full God power my wondrous song of praise. All hail, I am the living Christ, the ever-loving one. Ascended now with full God power, I am a blazing sun. I am ascension light, victory flowing free, all of good won at last for all eternity. I am light, all weights are gone, into the air I raise. To all I pour with full God power my wondrous song of praise. All hail, I am the living Christ, the ever-loving one. Ascended now with full God power, I am a blazing sun. I am ascension light, victory flowing free, all of good won at last for all eternity. I am light, all weights are gone, into the air I raise. To all I pour with full God power my wondrous song of praise. All hail, I am the living Christ, the ever-loving one. Ascended now with full God power, I am a blazing sun. Now, you heard in the book the traveling protection decree, which we can do, but we're not driving, so it's less applicable right now in this moment, but it's good to be able to know is in the decree book if you're interested. What I wanted to do was actually do I am presence, thou art master. This one, when you actually do it, you can bring about miracles. So, Michael had told me that. Yeah. I thought that I had written. Oh, this is a different book. I don't have my little notes in there because my book is somewhere. So, I am presence, thou art master. If you do it 33 times, which I know sounds a lot, but it's just one little paragraph, and this can bring about miracles. So I'm going to do my best to do. The normal one. I oftentimes use one of my bracelets as if it were like a rosary, and then you just count the beads. So if you're looking to do any of these decrees and you need to do it a certain number of times, that's something that I would recommend. I don't know how many are on this one, to be fair, but I am presence, thou art master, I am presence, clear the way, let thy light and all thy power take possession here this hour. Charge with victory's mastery, blaze blue lightning, blaze thy substance, into this thy form descend, that perfection and its glory shall blaze forth and earth transcend. I am presence, thou art master, I am presence, clear the way, let thy light and all thy power take possession here this hour. Charge with victory's mastery, blaze blue lightning, blaze thy substance, into this thy form descend, that perfection and its glory shall blaze forth and earth transcend. I am presence, thou art master, I am presence, clear the way, let thy light and all thy power take possession here this hour. Charge with victory's mastery, blaze blue lightning, blaze thy substance, into this thy form descend, that perfection and its glory shall blaze forth and earth transcend. The faster you go with decreeing as well, the more light that is actually infused into the words as well. So when I speed up, it's not because I'm trying to do anything other than infuse more light into what I'm doing, and I feel like I can in that moment, just as an insight to you who hopefully will do these for yourself too. So the Shambhala Temple of Light has a really great channel where you can see Elizabeth Clare Prophet do these decrees with a congregation. So there's even more amplified energy that is going into it, because where two or more gather for like purpose, you bring about the power of a mastermind, which is where 2 equal 3 or more with the power. So I am presence, thou art master, I am presence, clear the way, let thy light and all thy power take possession here this hour. Charge with victory's mastery, blaze blue lightning, blaze thy substance, into this thy form descend, that perfection and its glory shall blaze forth and earth transcend. I am presence, thou art master, I am presence, clear the way, let thy light and all thy power take possession here this hour. Charge with victory's mastery, blaze with lightning, blaze thy substance, into this thy form descend, that perfection and its glory shall blaze forth and earth transcend. I am presence, thou art master, I am presence, clear the way, let thy light and all thy power take possession here this hour. Charge with victory's mastery, blaze with lightning, blaze thy substance, into this thy form descend, that perfection and its glory shall blaze forth and earth transcend. I am presence, thou art master, I am presence, clear the way, let thy light and all thy power take possession here this hour. Charge with victory's mastery, blaze with lightning, blaze thy substance, into this thy form descend, that perfection and its glory shall blaze forth and earth transcend. I am presence, thou art master, I am presence, clear the way, let thy light and all thy power take possession near this hour. Charge with victory's mastery, blaze with lightning, blaze the substance, into this thy form descend, that perfection and its glory shall blaze forth and earth transcend. I am presence, thou art master, I am presence, clear the way, let thy light and all thy power power, take possession here this hour. Charge the victory's mastery, blaze blue lightning, blaze thy substance into this thy form descend. That perfection and its glory shall blaze forth and earth transcend. I am presence, thou art master, I am presence, clear the way. Let thy light and all thy power take possession here this hour. Charge the victory's mastery, blaze blue lightning, blaze thy substance into this thy form descend. That perfection and its glory shall blaze forth and earth transcend. I am presence, thou art master, I am presence, clear the way. Let thy light and all thy power take possession here this hour. Charge with victory's mastery, blaze the lightnings, blaze the substance into this thy form descend. That perfection and his glory shall blaze forth and earth transcend. I am presence, thou art master, I am presence, clear the way. Let thy light and all thy power take possession here this hour. Charge with victory's mastery, blaze the lightning, blaze the substance into this thy form descend. That perfection and his glory shall blaze forth and earth transcend. I am presence, thou art master, I am presence, clear the way. Let thy light and all thy power take possession here this hour. Charge the victory's mastery, blaze the lightning, blaze the substance into this thy form descend. That perfection and its glory shall blaze forth and earth transcend. I am presence, thou art master, I am presence, clear the way. Let thy light and all thy power take possession here this hour. Charge the victory's mastery, blaze the lightning, blaze the substance into this thy form descend. That perfection and its glory shall blaze forth and earth transcend. I am presence, thou art master, I am presence, clear the way. Let thy light and all thy power take possession here this hour. Charge with victory's mastery, blaze the lightning, blaze the substance into this thy form descend. That perfection and its glory shall blaze forth and earth transcend. I am presence, thou art master, I am presence, clear the way. Let thy light and all thy power take possession here this hour. Charge with victory's mastery, blaze the lightning, blaze the substance into this thy form descend. That perfection and its glory shall blaze forth and earth transcend. I am presence, thou art master, I am presence, clear the way. Let thy light and all thy power take possession here this hour. Charge the victory's mastery, blaze the lightning, blaze the substance into this thy form descend. That perfection and its glory shall blaze forth and earth transcend. I am presence, thou art master, I am presence, clear the way. Let thy light and all thy power take possession here this hour. Charge the victory's mastery, blaze the lightning, blaze the substance into this thy form descend. That perfection and its glory shall blaze forth and earth transcend. I am presence, thou art master, I am presence, clear the way. Let thy light and all thy power take possession here this hour. Charge the victory's mastery, blaze the lightning, blaze the substance into this thy form descend. That perfection and its glory shall blaze forth and earth transcend. I am presence, thou art master, I am presence, clear the way. Let thy light and all thy power take possession here this hour. Charge with victory's mastery, blaze the lightning, blaze thy substance into this thy form descend. That perfection and its glory shall blaze forth and earth transcend. I am presence, thou art master, I am presence, clear the way. Let thy light and all thy power take possession here this hour. Charge with victory's mastery, blaze blue lightning, blaze thy substance into this thy form descend. That perfection and its glory shall blaze forth and earth transcend. I am presence, thou art master, I am presence, clear the way. Let thy light and all thy power take possession near this hour. Charge with victory's mastery, blaze the lightning, blaze the substance into this thy form descend. That perfection and its glory shall blaze forth and earth transcend. I am presence, thou art master, I am presence, clear the way. Let thy light and all thy power take possession here this hour. Charge with victory's mastery, blaze the lightning, blaze the substance into this thy form descend. That perfection and its glory shall blaze forth and earth transcend. I am presence, thou art master, I am presence, clear the way. Let thy light and all thy power take possession here this hour. Charge with victory's mastery, blaze the lightning, blaze the substance into this thy form descend. That perfection and its glory shall blaze forth and earth transcend. I am presence, thou art master, I am presence, clear the way. Let thy light and all thy power take possession here this hour. Charge with victory's mastery, blaze the lightning, blaze the substance into this thy form descend. That perfection and its glory shall blaze forth and earth transcend. I am presence, thou art master, I am presence, clear the way. Let thy light and all thy power take possession here this hour. Charge the victory's mastery, blaze the lightning, blaze the substance into this thy form descend. That perfection and its glory shall blaze forth and earth transcend. I am presence, thou art master, I am presence, clear the way. Let thy light and all thy power take possession here this hour. Charge the victory's mastery, blaze the lightning, blaze the substance into this thy form descend. That perfection and its glory shall blaze forth and earth transcend. I am presence, thou art master, I am presence, clear the way. Let thy light and all thy power take possession here this hour. Charge the victory's mastery, blaze the lightning, blaze the substance into this thy form descend. That perfection and this glory shall blaze forth and earth transcend. I am presence, thou art master, I am presence, clear the way. Let thy light and all thy power take possession here this hour. Charge the victory's mastery, blaze the lightning, blaze the substance into this thy form descend. That perfection and its glory shall blaze forth and earth transcend. I am presence, thou art master, I am presence, clear the way. Let thy light and all thy power take possession here this hour. Charge the victory's mastery, blaze the lightning, blaze the substance into this thy form descend. descend, that perfection and His glory shall blaze forth and earth transcend. I am presence, thou art master, I am presence, clear the way, let thy light and all thy power take possession here this hour. Charge the victory's mastery, blaze the light and blaze the substance into this thy form descend, that perfection and His glory shall blaze forth and earth transcend. I am presence, thou art master, I am presence, clear the way, let thy light and all thy power take possession here this hour. Charge the victory's mastery, blaze the light and blaze the substance into this thy form descend, that perfection and His glory shall blaze forth and earth transcend. I am presence, thou art master, I am presence, clear the way, let thy light and all thy power take possession here this hour. Charge the victory's mastery, blaze the light and blaze the substance into this thy form descend, that perfection and its glory shall blaze forth and earth transcend. I am presence, thou art master, I am presence, clear the way, let thy light and all thy power take possession here this hour. Charge the victory's mastery, blaze the light and blaze the substance into this thy form descend, that perfection and its glory shall blaze forth and earth transcend. I am presence, thou art master, I am presence, clear the way, let thy light and all thy power take possession here this hour. Charge the victory's mastery, blaze the light and blaze the substance into this thy form descend, that perfection and His glory shall blaze forth and earth transcend. I am presence, thou art master, I am presence, clear the way, let thy light and all thy power take possession here this hour. Charge the victory's mastery, blaze the light and blaze the substance into this thy form descend, that perfection and His glory shall blaze forth and earth transcend. I am presence, thou art master, I am presence, clear the way, let thy light and all thy power take possession here this hour. Charge the victory's mastery, blaze the light and blaze the substance into this thy form descend, that perfection and His glory shall blaze forth and earth transcend. I am presence, thou art master, I am presence, clear the way, let thy light and all thy power take possession here this hour. Charge the victory's mastery, blaze the light and blaze the substance into this thy form descend, that perfection and His glory shall blaze forth and earth transcend. So I'll count that after, and then we'll know how many we just did. So that is one you can do, and like I said, if you can do it 33 times, there's huge amplification in the power of that. So hopefully we got around there, and next time we'll know better. There's one more that I wanted to do, which is O Mighty Threefold Flame of Life. And this is said to be the threefold flame within the secret chamber of the heart, behind the heart chakra in the auric system. So I think probably we'll learn about that when we actually get back to the second book within the human aura, after we do the other two books in here on alchemy, which when we understand how to alchemize our own energies, then we understand how to alchemize the energies of the world, understand ourselves, and then CELLS, understand ourselves, and then we understand the nature of the world too, right? So Saint Germain is actually no, it's not Saint Germain that gifted the violet flame. Saint Germain gifted the violet flame. The threefold flame, this is inside of us, and it's said to be 1/16 of an inch. And it used to be about 6 foot because it's super powerful, but apparently they had to shrink the size of it in order to reduce the power that man had to destroy themselves, ourselves. So that's what we're contending with. And so this one, I'm just going to do it 3 times, and it's quite, well, maybe I'll just do it the once then. I didn't realize how long it was. All right, it's just only 2 pages, but this is going to be how we end this evening. O mighty threefold flame of life, thou gift of God so pure, take my thoughts and energy and make them all secure. Under bond of brotherhood and understanding fair, send thee forth unto my soul the gift of holy prayer. Communication strand of love, how they woo by heaven's law, a tender blessing for the good, releasing holy awe, that draws me near the throne of grace, to now behold thy sacred face, and without fear dispense aright the passions of pure God delight, which set me free from all that's been the sinful nature of all men. Christ raised me to self-mastery, the living passion of the free. Determination now arise, and lift me ever to the skies. I am, enfolding life and being all, with the God command all men that shatters human pall. I am the free, no bondage holds me back. I am the fullness of love's law, supplying every lack. And consecration in full measure is my will and God's own pleasure. Saint Germain and Jesus dear, hold my hand with Moira's here, and let the love of Mary then be the wings to raise all men, until they all unite in love to serve the purpose, to serve that purpose from above that comes to earth at any hour, responding to the call of power. Send thy shining wisdom then, that is God's love expanded for all men. I thank thee, and I accept this done right now with full power. I am this done right now with full power. This is the full manifestation of the law of love that raises me to my eternal victory now and forever. So, we did a couple things tonight. I hope you enjoyed. I would love to know what your favorite part was, why you stuck around. If you've been here for as long as you have, would love to know why. Your time is very valuable and you've shared it with me, so I appreciate you for doing so. I would love to know whether it was the book itself, the card pull, or the decrees that kept you here, or whether it was just me, which I suppose that's I was part of all of it. So it's not just about me. And I hope you know that I am just a mirror to you. And what you've enjoyed about me are things you've owned about yourself, and things that maybe trigger you about me. I encourage you to contemplate how those things, when you do them, or that you think about me, that maybe you think about yourself in your quieter moments and maybe don't want to tell anyone else about, those judgments are ultimately keeping your aura stuck in the energy of wrongful choice, because there's no need to judge ourselves. We can forgive ourselves, we can let ourselves off the hook. It doesn't serve anyone for us to keep ourselves strung up. So I am grateful you tuned in tonight. I hope that this liberates you to be willing to be your audaciously unique and fabulous self without fearing what others will think of you, or the judgments they may make against you, as others do about me. And all of that is to say, they'll judge anyway. So you might just as well do things that in your heart of hearts feels right. And when you do that, then how could any choice be wrong, truly? So I look forward to seeing you again soon. I will come back next Thursday again, 7 p.m. We will start on Saint Germain on alchemy. So look forward to having you there then, and bid you adieu. Tonight, it's true, my friend. Thanks for joining in again. Toodaloo.